The giant dynasty starts long before the dwarves carved our history into the stone. Before the creator races even set foot in the realms, the giants were striding across Toril's dusty steppes. The giants say that their race descends from the Annam, the All-Father, he who is known as the progenitor of worlds, the Prime, and the Great Creator. The All-Father is the all-knowing deity of knowledge and understanding, as well as a lustful and brash god of fertility and growth. He is omniscient, but in his wisdom chooses not to know certain things. The legend says that Annam created not just the heavens and the earth, but the light, time, and the elements themselves. After creating the universe, Annam reveled in it. He fathered the gods Stronmaus, Grolantor, Yalanes, and Scoreus Stonebones with a wind goddess that he met during his travels. The gods, Surtur, lord of the fire giants, the dead goddess Shax, Dian Castra, the trickster goddess, as well as Hyatea, Thrym, and Carantor are also children of Annam, but from different goddesses and elementals that Annam encountered while exploring his creation. The mighty Memnor is sometimes said to be his son, and other times said to be his brother, or sometimes he is the spawn of a world-devouring monster. Our forefathers tell us that Annam was one of the very first gods that took an interest in Toril before the Dawn War and the breaking of the world. He was attracted to Toril by the goddess that was a mountain, her name among the giants, Othea, but known as Deronian to us dwarves. Othea bore Annam several sons, each of whom he loved more than any of his previous progeny. Annam took such pride in his children that he went on to create the mighty kingdom Ostaria in their honor. Ostaria was a mighty empire that stretched across Faerun from the cold lands to the Vilhan Reach. As Ostaria grew, Annam divided his kingdom into several regions, each to his favorite son. Vilmos claimed dominion of the sea and lakes. Nicaeus was given the skies. Rook claimed the kingdom of the rolling hills. Ottar was granted the gold waste. Mosud received the fiery peaks to the south. Obadai claimed the cold caverns of the Underdark. Lenaxus claimed the cold, vast plains and was accepted as the natural leader due to his size and strength. It was at the time of the founding of Ostaria that the dragons fell from the sky and started their infestation of Toril. The legends tell us that they fell from Selyune and that her tears are dragon eggs waiting to fall and create a new age of dragons. Annam and his children did not pay them much heed, and only after they had matured did they see their folly. A great war erupted between the dragons and the giants. To this day, bards will sing about the epic battles that ensued in this great conflict. After what is said to be a 1,000-year war, a truce was struck between the dragons and the giants. According to the dwarves, the dragons wanted peace to prepare for a great civil war among dragons. According to the giants, Annam and the Lord of the Dragons played a game of Wari to settle the endless war, and the game ended in a stalemate, and so did the war. Whatever the reason, by the time the war ended, Ostaria had shrunk to a shadow of its former self. Most cities were destroyed, and what once was an empire of giants were now merely tribes. On the day the truce was declared, the nation of giants occupied only the northernmost edge of Faerun, areas that we know today as the Savage North and the Cold Lands. So, shortly before the end of the war with the dragons, the stories say that Othea, Annam's wife, developed an interest in a minor sea god known as Ulutiu. This was not Othea's first foray with adultery. She had previously committed betrayal with Vaprak, a coupling that resulted in the creation of the ogre race. It is also believed that Cyclopes and Cyclops' kin are the outcomes of Othea's adultery, but it's not known who fathered them. During the last years of the Dragon War, when Annam was busy fighting, Othea's passionate union with Ulutiu produced 4 sons that later founded the lesser giant-kin dynasties of the Firebolg, Verbeeg, Voadkin, and Fomorian. The story goes on to say that Annam discovered the dalliance and sought revenge upon Ulutiu. Annam and Ulutiu fought, and when the final blow landed, it is said that Ulutiu's last breath shattered the ziggurat at Sheol Div as his corpse fell into the depths of the cold ocean. When Ulutiu died, his magical amulet started to freeze all the water around him. The Northlands was once a place where life thrived. It was harsh and cold, but animals and humanoids alike could have a life there. With the ice from Ulutiu's amulet, this all ended. He created the Great Glacier and the Endless Ice Sea, destroying many dwellings and strongholds. The glacier also threatened to engulf Vonenheim, the capital of Ostaria. Lenaxus learned what had caused the glacier, and soon discovered the secret of how to stop the creeping ice caps, but Othea forbade her children from intervening. Othea saw the creeping ice as revenge for Annam's savage murder of her lover. Although the frost doomed Ostaria, she seemed to only care for the children she spawned with Ulutiu. Annam planned to sire another son, capable of restoring Ostaria to its former glory, but Othea wanted no part of this and refused to bear him another son. Annam was not to be denied, and tricked Othea by turning into a misty wind and impregnating her. Othea soon discovered what had happened, and gave Annam a mare's nest of a choice. His unborn son would be expelled before his time, and his body given to the ogres to be feasted upon, or Annam would leave Toril and not return until all his children called for it. Annam left in hopes that his children would restore Ostaria without his help. With Annam gone, his sons now rose to the occasion. Lenaxus, now the leader of the giants, was so devoted to his father and the idea of Ostaria that he refused to accept his mother's will. He summoned all his brothers to Vonenheim and urged them to help mount an expedition to find and destroy Ulutiu's amulet. Othea learned about this summoning, and Lenaxus had to modify his plans. He resolved to poison his mother to remove the obstacle to Ostaria's salvation. Unfortunately, his plan went awry, and Lenaxus not only murdered his mother, but all his brothers. With her dying breath, Othea cursed Lenaxus and forced him and his Titan kin to flee Toril or lose their immortality. With the death of Othea, the capital in ruin and all the leaders of the giants dead, Ostaria quickly became a faded memory.